If you've been struggling with your sleep lately, this is the video for you. See, poor sleep is both the cause and a symptom of many other mental health issues. When people feel anxious, they have a harder time sleeping, and when we're sleep deprived, we feel more anxious. So, as therapists, one of the things that we really try to do for people is to help them get their sleep back on a better routine. And the best way to do this is to improve one's sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene is just like any other kind of hygiene. It's a routine that you follow in order to keep yourself healthy. For example, we talk a lot about dental hygiene, which includes things like brushing your teeth and flossing. But when it comes to sleep hygiene, this has to do with the behaviors that you're choosing before and around bedtime that affect the way that you sleep. And really, sleep hygiene just comes down to training your brain when it's supposed to go to sleep and when it's supposed to wake up. That's it. And if you can do that, then it's so much easier to fall asleep and wake up when you need to. You're essentially just teaching your brain how to do its job better when it comes to sleep. The first rule of good sleep hygiene is to only use your bed for sleep. Anything that you're doing in your bed that isn't sleeping trains your brain to associate whatever it is that you're doing with bedtime. So when you're laying in bed and scrolling through your phone or eating a snack or reading a book, even anytime that you're in your bed and your brain is awake and doing something, that's teaching your brain that the bed is for something other than sleep. And that's the opposite of what we're going for. If you need to use your bedroom for something other than sleep, then consider adding a chair or a couch or some other place where you can be while you're in your room doing your other activities. But as much as possible, stay out of the bed until you're ready for sleep mode. All right, and that brings us to rule number 2, which is say no to drugs, specifically alcohol and caffeine. Although alcohol does tend to make people feel drowsy or sleepy even and can help put you to sleep initially, it becomes its own problem. So as much as possible, you want to avoid drinking too much alcohol before bed or trying to use alcohol as your way of falling asleep. You also want to avoid caffeine. Specifically, you want to avoid having any caffeine within 6 hours of the beginning of your bedtime routine. So if you're planning on going to bed by midnight, then you might want to stop having any kind of caffeine any later than 6 o'clock. Rule number 3, wake up at the same time every single day. It doesn't matter when it is that you're waking up. It just matters that you're waking up at the same time. You can train your internal clock to sort of go into the on cycle at the exact same time. So you want to wake up on weekends, holidays, doesn't matter. Try to wake up at the exact same time, and over time, your brain will do this on its own. You might even get to the point where you don't need to use an alarm clock. Some of you might be watching this video and asking yourself, wait, I'm supposed to wake up at the same time? What about going to bed at the same time? And this is actually not necessarily the case. It's a lot easier to set up a consistent wake routine than it is to try to force yourself to go to bed at a specific time. So it's a lot better if you just pick a time to wake up, and then your body will naturally get tired at a certain time. Eventually, this can lead to falling asleep at the same time, but you have to start with waking at the same time before you can get to that point. I've saved the hardest rule for last. This is definitely the most challenging thing to be able to follow, and it's the 20-minute rule. If you're laying in bed and you are not unconscious asleep within 20 minutes, you have to force yourself to get up and out of your cozy bed and do something else until you get tired again. You'll only need to do this at the beginning. Once your brain is trained that bed means sleep, you'll eventually get there and you'll fall asleep within those first 20 minutes. But if you're not asleep within those first 20 minutes, then all you're doing is training your brain to stay awake longer while you're in bed. That's the opposite of what we want. If you're having a hard time putting these rules into place, that's okay. You can have somebody on your side supporting you, guiding you, and helping you problem solve. All you have to do is ask for help.